sure if this thing's going to cooperate. Timestamp, September 3rd, 2024. Getting close to 6 p.m. Just watched a guy that had a shopping bag that he got at Dollar Tree filled with stuff from Dollar Tree walk right out the front door. We're not wealthy, you know, but when you find yourself stealing from a dollar store, honestly, check your life choices, because something went horribly wrong. Speaking of something went horribly wrong. I have a certain lack of trust these days. So talking to my symptom-wise, I feel great. Talked to my mom today. She and Dad were at the VA. He was seeing his regular provider. And I guess the Alzheimer's question came up, and the doctor, this is all according to my mom, the doctor gave him like a couple tests and said that he did great. But he's being sent to a memory care specialist, I think she said, just to, you know, as a second opinion kind of thing. I'm not certain if I don't know if she's trying to gaslight me, or if perhaps the doc didn't want to upset them, or I don't know. He's a geriatric practicing, you know, general practitioner. If you're with my dad for 5 to 10 minutes, you will know that there's a problem. It's true. While I was chauffeuring him around before I became a ninja locksmith and had my life threatened, had several people that we had never met before ask me. 2 examples. We were at Lowe's because he needed to get some tractor batteries, because the burglar had stolen all the tractor batteries out of his tractors that were in the backyard. That one may be legit. I don't know that my dad misplaced them all, and that's the kind of thing that somebody could resell at a pawn shop. So that, yeah, the guy might have stolen that. A lot of the stuff that my dad says got stolen, though, I don't know, because his memory can't be trusted, which is part of the problem. So we're at Lowe's, and he's talking to one of the sales guys on the floor in the garden department, and they talk for a few minutes, and my dad's going here, going there, and the guy from the garden department, we weren't like far away from the area, but he came up to me and he's like, you're with that old guy, right? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you may want to stick close to him, because you might want to stick close. One example, checking out at Publix. Bear in mind, I didn't chauffeur my dad for that long. Okay. In the checkout line, nice older lady in the checkout line. I say older, probably in her 40s. My dad is my normal dad self, and he begins to shuffle away with the cart of stuff and whatnot, paid for and all that. And the woman sweetie. Kind of does the whole, like, hand on the hand thing. Sweetie, is he okay? And it's like, I looked at her and said, I think he's starting to have some problems. And she's like, oh, I understand. I went through that with my grandfather. It's like, okay. But, I mean, moments like that, it's like, you got complete strangers that 5-10 minutes, and not even like in-depth conversation. We're discussing, socio-economical problems across the world right now. Nothing that takes, a master's degree. Looking for batteries for tractors, checking out at Publix. 5 minutes, and people are going, there's something wrong with him. You're going to tell me that a geriatric doctor who's been treating him since the beginning of the year, apparently, has said, yeah, he seems okay. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Would I love to buy it? I would, because that would mean that my dad was okay. But I don't buy it. I don't know if my mom is gaslighting me on this one because she doesn't want to admit certain things, which is entirely possible. Or if the doc is... Maybe my mom went in there and said, my kids keep saying that Fred has dementia. Can you check? If she went in there with that kind of almost defensive stance, I could see the doc deflecting to the specialist and saying, no, he's fine, but maybe we could blame it, consult with a specialist real quick, just to kind of pass the buck downstream. Or the doctor was incredibly frank with my mom. I don't know if my dad... We've tried to tell my dad that he has an issue, but he just gets angry, and I know that that's part of it. It's a symptom to be in denial, to be angry about being told about it. Which, that's a real defeating symptom when you think about it. If denial is part of the symptom, it's like, how will you ever know? But it is possible that the doc pulled my mom aside and said that he's got issues, and she just said that to me over the phone because he was sitting right there. I don't know. All I know is, again, there's no way that a geriatric GP said, yeah, he's fine. No. And I'm wondering about the whole, I think she said memory care specialist. I'm wondering why that referral if everything was okay. I think he's actually going to get diagnosed finally, which is actually really good. For the ugly reason, which is if steps have to be taken where my dad is concerned. Without a diagnosis, he's just an old army guy. With the diagnosis, he's an old army guy with Alzheimer's, and therefore may be able to get into certain facilities that someone who's just an old army guy would not have an open door for. So I'm glad that is taking place, because honestly, if he is going to a specialist in that field, there is no way he's going to snow them. No way. No way. January of last year, i.e. almost 2 years ago, year and 8 months, I went with my dad to a couple of his appointments to the VA, and I talked to his primary practitioner It was about end of January. And I told the doc, it was, I don't remember her name, Dr. Heidi, I think it was. She went by her first name, was more casual with her clients, as it were. I respect that. I told her flat out that I think we got some kind of dementia going on here. And she did concur with me in private that she couldn't say for certain, but she suspected something was going on there. But at that point, very shortly thereafter, Kelly and I were excluded from assisting with their health care, even though we were attempting to advocate, get answers, get treatment for people for the right things. We became the meddling kids without the talking dog. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. We were supposed to be helping guide them through the modern world, and we got accused of being thieves, and the past year and a half has just been kind of a living hell for me, actually. I have not had a good time. Would not recommend. 1 star. They won't let me give 0. There's something about because I've always had a good relationship with my mom. Always, always, always. My dad too, but my dad, he's always working. He's always kind of a little bit distant, you know. It's not that he doesn't care, it's just that he's not as involved. With my mom, though, you know, very, very hands-on growing up and all that. Always had a good relationship with my mom. When you knock on the door and she answers the door and the look on her face is an angry glare, and the words that come out of her mouth are, "What do you want?" It was August 2nd. Burned into my memory. And I know that her reaction was based on the lies that my dad told, whether they were on purpose lies to make us go away, or if they are in fact, because that's possible, because we're, you know, the meddling kids, or if it is full-on dementia hallucination that he was paranoid, that he was convinced that we had actually done those things. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think he knows. I think he's more cognitive about those things than he lets on. And one of the reasons for that is, on one occasion we had been accused of going into the safe. This was end of June. We proved that we hadn't. Then a week later, the safe key disappeared. They have a place in their house, they keep it. It disappeared. I don't know why this is. My dad has a white pickup truck. I know why that is. What I'm getting at is, for some reason, he believes the cab of his truck is the fortress of solitude. Anything he puts in there is completely safe. So, because everyone involved was fairly certain that my dad had in fact taken the safe key and perhaps hidden or lost it, because there was no reason for anybody else to do anything with it. No reason at all. But the paranoid guy might do that as a means of protecting things. So my mom asked me, she's like, "Look, where do you think Fred would hide it?" And I thought about it a second, and I said, "The cab of his truck." Because he thinks that despite the fact that the burglar can somehow get anywhere, that place is safe. I don't understand it, but in his mind it's true. So she said, "Okay, that makes sense to me." And she told Dad to go out and check the truck. Dad was gone about 10 minutes. We were looking at other places too, just in case. And Dad came back and said, "Nope, it's not there." A week later, 1 week later, my mom and dad are going somewhere. They decide to take the truck. My mom finds the safe key in the cab of the truck. So here's where I'm not sure if he actually knows what's going on or not. If he went out and checked the truck, did he do the world's worst search? Or did he know full well the safe key was out there? Did he open the door, wait 10 minutes, and then come back inside and say, nope, it's not there? He obviously didn't give it a Quantico toss. Mom found it within 30 seconds being in the truck. Curious, right? So, situations like that make me wonder, the paranoia and or anger is real. He absolutely wants us out of his life. If he knew what we sacrificed to try and come and help. But he wouldn't understand and probably wouldn't believe me anyway. Situations like that, though, make me wonder. The paranoia and anger is real. How on purpose is he doing some of those things, though? Is it a memory thing because he has Alzheimer's? Because he has Alzheimer's. Is it a memory thing, or is it, does he, I know he has a memory thing. He'll misplace something 5 minutes later and get mad at you because you took it. And he means it. Never happened. Is he fully aware that he hid the truck key, or hid the safe key in the truck? Is he completely aware of that? Did he search the truck, find the key, and his brain said you didn't see it? Dementia's a strange animal. I don't know. I know he didn't steal from him. I know that. I can't figure out if he lied or has false memories. Because he does have false memories. I do look forward to my dad going to the specialist, though. Part of it's because, I hate to say it's a little bit of an I told you so moment, but it's a little bit of an I told you so moment. But primarily because if he gets diagnosed, maybe we can actually do some things. Like make sure he's taken care of, like actually taken care of, like not, putting the man in a home, not that. But without that diagnosis, he's just an old army guy. With it, we can get him actually appropriate treatment. Because that day's coming. The day is coming. Considering where his memory was a year ago, that day's coming. Emphysema is a progressive disease, so is dementia. So you don't actually get better. You might stay the same, but usually just gets worse. And if my dad started having hallucinations 7-8 years ago, like my mom says, that's not just an old person thing. If you're having hallucinations, video, audio, both, you've got something going on. And that long ago, That's like a mid-stage dementia thing. Clock's ticking. Sucks, but the clock's ticking. I have a strange feeling I have to be the grown-up in the room at some point. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some basic groceries because, my God, we're out of milk and bread. I'm gonna see if eggs are $4 again. Anyway, good talk. Make it a great day.